What's up? Welcome back to another video. I'm Bandit Barney. Hope you're having a good day. Today, I'm going over something we've shortly recapped in the past, but it's gone rampant. Every single person and their mom knows of this animal fishing method. So it's creating a problem where if you want to go in and use it for yourself before it gets patched, because almost guaranteed this method's going to get patched, then you need a spot to do it. And with everyone knowing it, we're running out of locations to use it in game. So today I'm going to give you all these locations, so no matter what lobby you go into, you'll have a spot you can use this method, and you'll know, hey, do I want to use it over here? Because methods vary. Some methods are better and some are worse, or spots. And for those of you that don't know what the method is, I'm going to quickly show you that, and then we'll go over all those different locations so that, guys, this is the best money-making method we've had since the release of RDR2 Online. It's going to get patched. If you want to get ahead of the curve and you're not using all your money like I did on buying gold, then this is what you want to be doing. So go get yourself a medium-sized animal. Now, deer work best because they have bigger bodies, but you can use like beavers and raccoons and whatnot. Deer work best. Grab your deer off your horse. Come here, buddy. And then bring her over to a shallow water location. Now, the first one we're going to use is right here in Blackwater, or above Blackwater, north of Blackwater. And this is the popular one. This is where I've showcased this method before on the channel. And right at the tip of this little island, you can go up here and set down your pronghorn buck or deer in the water. Now, the key here is to get it in a certain depth of water. Too deep and the fish will just swim up to it and stay on it. Not deep enough and no fish will come to it. So what you want to normally look for is you want one part of the body to be actually floating in the water and kind of moving around. So in this case, we have the head there, and I don't even know if this is going to be deep enough in the water. We'll see right now. And it only takes like maybe 15-30 seconds to find out if it's working, and it looks like this one's gonna work. We already have some fish coming over, and they're gonna just eat it as soon as they hit the shallow water. And you can see, guys, why this method is so effective. Now, a lot of you already know this because this method's been running rampant. So the focus of today's video is showing you more places where you can use this method. Let me quickly pick these up because while I'm making videos, I also got to be earning in-game currency. You know what I mean? The other one, before we leave this specific spot, is if you're not having any luck with this side of the island here, pick up your buck, and if you go towards the other side of the island, there's a shallow area over there that works pretty well too. Now, I haven't used that side as much. I've had a ton of luck with that that little pinch of the island there that we're just on, but this side apparently works pretty well too. So let's see over here. I've seen someone throw something right in here. We'll see how this one works, and then just climb up on this rock. Now, I say this every time I show a money making or XP grinding video because sometimes you're new to the channel and you haven't heard it before, but a very important piece to grinding out money and XP in these lobbies is loading in a region away from where you want to be working and then fast traveling to where you're going to be. For example, when I came in here to show you this method near Blackwater, what I did was I loaded it into Lemoyne when I went online, and then I fast traveled to Blackwater so that I would be in a lobby where players weren't around me. When you load into a lobby, it basically puts you in a lobby where you're around players. So if you go to Lemoyne, you're going to be around players that are in Lemoyne. Most of the lobby will be by Lemoyne. If you load into Blackwater or West Elizabeth, most of the players are going to be around here. So it looks like this one, we got one bluegill here. You can use both sides of this island, and fish are really not like, they're not skittish at all. They'll come as long as you're not moving. You can stand pretty close to the body. I want to see if right here works. Position is super important. Sweet, we got a largemouth bass. Nice. So it looks like this spot's working pretty well right now, and actually it might be working better than the other side. So yeah, look at that, 4 fish that quickly, maybe even 5. These are the 2 methods on 2 areas in Blackwater that work really, really well. Now, often, even if you load it into a lobby in Lemoyne, people will be using this area in Blackwater. It's just that popular. It works really, really well, especially if you load into West Elizabeth. Someone's going to be here. So let's go over some of the other areas that you can use for this method and some of the more expensive fish that you can gather. Wow, this fish got balls, bro. I'm literally picking up his dead friends, and he's just swimming in here. Bro, you should back off, bro. You should back out of here. All right, let's head up to Strawberry. Up here in Strawberry, you're gonna want to go over to this little piece of land right here. It's just a short ride from Strawberry. Now, Lord Kevin showed this method on his channel, I think yesterday or the day before, and it involves going and getting a cart and then loading up larger size fish into that cart and coming back to the butcher. This is one of the areas you can use that method. We'll link that video in the description. He does a good job of explaining it. He uses an area in Van Horn. You can use that method here in Strawberry. I will warn you, it's very difficult to get started. I probably worked on it for 2 hours yesterday and I couldn't get it done. One of the hard parts is getting the wagon that you need to use. You need a specific wagon. For those of you that don't know, muskie and northern pike and these bigger fish are fish that you don't put in your satchel. They're ones you put on your horse and you can only carry one. So that's why the wagon helps, because you can load a ton into the wagon and it works that way. When you go back to the butcher, you have a lot of inventory to sell. Getting the wagon is the hard part of that. In Strawberry, it's much easier to get the wagon than Van Horn because you sit in the city during the daytime and different wagons will roll through the city and you just wait for the right one to grab. I tried for 2 hours yesterday and I couldn't get the wagon I was looking for. So it's one of those things where if you get it all set up, it works better than any other money-making method. It's really, really good. But the setup is really hard. So it's debatable whether it's a great method. In my opinion, the method we're showing right now without worrying about the big fish is much better. But this spot specifically we're going to works really well with big fish. You get muskies in this spot. So let's roll over there and I'll show you, just like the other spot, we're just gonna grab a deer here. And I honestly can't speak on it if a perfect carcass works better than other carcasses. I know that any carcass will work. I don't think they make a difference, but I like instinctively, just to give myself every benefit, like to get a perfect carcass. This is a good carcass, but we'll just show you the spot with this carcass. Should work pretty well. When I'm using it for an actual, like I'm gonna try and go sit there and make the most money I can, I like to get a perfect carcass. Horse, you shut your mouth, okay? You're whining every day. Every day I'm shooting my gun, so quit the whining, idiot. Now, big key, as always, we can already see some of these big fish that we're looking to get here. You wanna find these areas that don't have players around them. Let's say I wanted to use this area I'm gonna use right now, but there's like a few players here, here, and here. What that means is that the way the lobbies work is players load into lobbies near other players. That means that this area has been highly populated, or at least populated recently, okay? It's probably not a good idea to go to the watering hole or the fishing spot at that time, because even if none of the players are there right now, there have been other players there that you don't see, and you want to get a brand fresh spot. This spot is completely fresh right now. I can see all these different fish in the water. This is going to be a good spot to be at right now. So let's dump this guy in here. Try and find the sweet spot. You just sit back, give her a little bit. This is one of those spots that takes real precision where you put your deer, because of the shallow water. There's not a lot of it around this spot. But see, we got a muskie coming in already. Hopefully he scoots in there, and he's pretty high in the water. There he goes. He's done. So we can go grab this muskie. Some of the smaller fish here, if you can try and give them a run around. It's too, the water's too deep right there. We need to try and wrap around and run them to the shore. So this is where a really good spot is to do the wagon method, because you get these muskies, all right? Just to talk you through that, if you are doing that method, what you do is you get a bucket cart. It's a single horse driven cart that has a bucket, and you drive it down here, you back it up to the edge, and you stack your muskies here, and when you're done fishing, you put them, drop them all into the cart by walking around onto the high ground and dumping them into the back of the cart. It is more setup and it's a little bit harder to do, but you see all these fish coming to the spot. The bigger muskies are the ones that are easier to catch here, because the water is a little bit deeper than it is in Blackwater, but still, like, I think this guy on the right we might be able to get as he comes in. Yep, see, we got this guy. So you're still getting some fish here if you can run them around. So I'm gonna try and get on this end. Oh, if you can get the right run technique, you can run these smaller fish into the shore. They will run into the shore. or you can try adjusting the deer, but this is the second spot that works really well. This is one of the most uncommon spots. You can generally come here, and it's nice that you can just pick up a muskie when you're here. But let me go show you another spot to use, and this is the one that if you checked out Lord Kevin's video, he uses. It's outside Van Horn. I'll see you there. Okay, so we're here out by Van Horn. Just fast traveled here. If you fast travel to Van Horn, you can go into this little area right here is where area for deers, and the spot we're going to be hitting is actually right here on the shore, so pretty convenient as far as deer go. Something I forgot to mention at the other location is that getting the wagon and setting everything up is pretty hard because the wagon's hard to come by and you need it to be daytime. If it's nighttime, you have to wait like 20 minutes or whatever for it to go through nighttime so that people are using that wagon. What you can do though is you can steal a horse. So if I go steal a horse right now, here, let's, for example, well, I don't want to steal this horse because I want to steal a horse away from where I'm going to be. Otherwise, the cops will come. So let's just ride a little bit south and I can steal a horse. And then what that allows is I can load up 2 of those bigger fish onto my horse and then one onto the stolen horse. And as long as I ride the stolen horse, it won't disappear and I can just make my horse follow me. So let's see, how far do I need to ride to see someone on a horse here? I think that I was speaking in the loudspeaker in the game because there is no one riding to me right now. All right, just follow this horse around. It'll stop eventually and we can jump on it. Okay, now that we have the horse, just make sure you whistle to your horse and have it follow you and head towards your fishing location. Make sure you hitch the horse so it stays there, and then we're just gonna grab our deer and get set up in the fishing method down here. Now this area is so good for the wagon method. It's so good for the wagon method. I don't think another area can actually compete to it because you can get pikes here as well as muskies. Okay, we got some water movement over here, so we're gonna try right here. See, I can already see 2 puskies and a pike and a muskie right there. Okay, so in this one, put your deer in the water, step back a little bit, and what you want to do is actually step into the water a tad here. Now we might need to adjust the deer a little bit. We got the smaller fish coming in, but that's not what we're going for here. We're going for those big boys. I'm going to adjust a little bit. Clearly, the big guys aren't interested in it. Location is everything when you use this method. It really is. Okay, I've readjusted the deer, and it looks like it's working a little bit better to get the pikes in. So once the pike runs in, what we want to do is we just want to scoop around and get it up against the shore by kicking it. And once you kick it up onto shore, you can grab them up and set them aside. Now this area works really well for the wagon method. If you want to just double it up and get another horse, steal a horse, you can use that too. See, look at this, how many guys we got coming in here. This is definitely the best area where you can earn the biggest money for the fish. Come on, buddy. Ah, I missed him. I need to get set up beforehand. It's crazy that the fish will swim right past you. Look at this big guy. Just walk right past me. That deer meat's too good. And once he gets closer, we're just gonna run up, ambush him, and get him on the shore. Got him. You're gonna get way more pikes and everything up here. Now the issue with the wagon method here is it can be hard to find a wagon. On top of that, the butcher, there isn't one near this area. You can't go to the butcher in Annisburg. There isn't one. There isn't one in Van Horn. So if you want to get to the butcher, you have to go all the way down to Saint Denis. And if you get griefed while doing this method, with the wagon method, you will lose everything. And for how much setup it takes, I don't know if it's worth it. I honestly just don't know if it's worth losing all that. But you get so many of these big boys here. It's incredible. This is the best spot in the game for the big boys. I implore you guys, go out there and use this method. Get it going. Give it your best shot. Rockstar is going to edit it, or not edit it. They will patch it in eventually, because it's just too good of an exploit. So they're going to get it patched. Make sure you get out there and use it. I can't get this fish! And use it before it gets patched. Dude, and this fish isn't leaving either. Oh my gosh, come on, boy. Get on the shore! Get to the shore! I'm pushing him back in now. Get on the shore! Get out there and use this method before it gets patched. You can use the double horses. Also, if you guys can, please comment down below your locations. Like, I know you don't want to blow it up, but here's the deal. It's gonna get patched. So if we can get everyone to get options before it gets patched, so everyone gets a chance to use this method to its fullest, that is the goal right now. Guys, I can't say thank you enough for the recent support on the channel. We've just been blowing up in the last few days and over the weekend. Thank you guys so much for the support on this brand new channel. I know I say it a lot, but little inside information. Me and my brother were running a Fortnite channel for 6 months and we couldn't get it off the ground, and we're seeing really good signs with this channel now. So I really appreciate it. It's nice to turn a corner and get some momentum going, and that's because of you. So thank you. If you're not subscribed, tune in, subscribe if you want to. We got new Red Dead info coming out every single day and tips and tricks all the time. Thank you once again. Appreciate you. Take care. Hope you have a great day.